Okay guys, for this question it says sum of factors of factors. Create a function that takes a number and returns sum of factors of the given number. And this example it says both 3 and 23 are prime numbers and they have no factors other than 1 and themselves, so the result is 0. Okay, I think we can manage to do that. Let me just copy and paste. Of course I need to delete this first, then I don't need to delete this, I can just print my example from the question. And again I can change this to sum, change this to int of course, and return sum method to my num here. And now we are done with our main method here guys. So let's continue with the sum method. First I need to do what? I need to create a, first of all, a counter guys. Why? Because I need to count those numbers until 69 so I can get the length of an array that we are gonna create here. Then again I need to create sum because I need to sum up those factorials of factorials. I need to do that, and I need another variable called I or a, it doesn't matter. It will be just for a counter again. Then let's just call that a and create those counters. Let's just say counter 0 int sum 0 and create another variable named a and let's assign that to 0. Now I need to do what? First of all I need to create an array, but for that I need to know the length of that array. So for that I'm gonna create a loop and say int I equals to 2 because the lowest number of factorial is 2. 2 is the lowest factorial. Then again I'm gonna write I smaller than num and I plus plus, and I need to write an argument here, but I do need to write if my num isn't divisible by I in any matters. Then again if num doesn't equal to I. As you know the factorial rules, it needs to be divisible by 1 and himself only. Any other numbers cannot count in those rules. So basically I'm just gonna write I, or basically I doesn't equal to num. This is better. Now if this argument is correct I'm gonna increase my counter. Then after this loop ends, this counter will be my new array's length. So let's just create that array. Oops. Array and write new int counter with my length as my length. Then again I need to do what? I need to create another loop. For what? For the values of this array. So let's do that. Int again I equals to, actually can I copy this? I believe I do. Okay, I can just copy this and now add those numbers to my array here. Let's just write array. Now I'm gonna use this a here because why is that? My I start as 2. That's the only reason that I'm writing this a here, so I can use that 0 value and increase my a again and assign my I value to it and increase my a value as well. Then what did we do? We get our arrays length here and we get our arrays values or items in here. Then we are done with this. Again, what are we going to do now? We need to find their sum. So I'm just gonna create another loop for that and just gonna say int I equals to 0. I don't need to assign this to 2 anymore because I'm done with that. Again, let's just write I smaller than arrays length, or basically counter, doesn't matter, they are the same value. Then I'm just gonna increase my I. Then again I need to write another loop. Now I need to write like my int b assigned to 2. Now I need to do that. Again I need to check every value in that arrays factorial. To do that, I need to write b smaller than arrays I, because I am writing an I here. Then again, I need to increase my b value. Then again, I need to check for the factorial. Array divisible by b 0, and it shouldn't be equal to 2. Okay. Now, let's just add these items to sum. If this argument is correct, it's going to execute here, and we're gonna add that item to my sum. Array I, and actually also what I need to add here, I need to divide this array I by b, guys. And why is that? Because we need to add those numbers factors, guys. That's the only reason that we're dividing with b. So basically we are getting all of our summation here. So we got our sum. Then the last thing, we need to return that sum to our main method. So now if I try to execute my program, it should be working perfectly. And as you can see, we are getting the 0 value as we should. Let's check for every other example. And as you can see, we are getting 7 here. Then again, let me check for 420. And as you can see, we are getting 1175. And if I check for the 619, we need to get 0. And as you can see, guys, we are getting the our value 0 here. So now let's move on to our next question. Now guys, for this question, it says smallest missing positive integer. Given an array of integers, return the smallest positive integer not present in any array. Okay, it gave me an example. It reordered the array. Then it say missing positive integer is 8, so it returned 8, I guess. Okay, but it doesn't count to 0 as a missing integer. No, okay, it doesn't count to 0. And also, oh, it doesn't count to -1 here. Okay. The result is going to be different between minuses and pluses, right? Okay, we are looking for the positive missing number, first positive missing number basically. Okay, let's move on to our code now. And actually, before moving on to our code, let me just copy this example. Or copy this example, it doesn't matter, we are gonna check all of it anyway. And delete all of these. And delete these because I need to create an array. So let's just create an array for our example input. Then again, I need to send that array to my method here. Change this to array again. And we should be good for now. Okay, our main method job is done. Now we are going to continue with our sum method. First of all, what are we going to do? We are going to sort our array. First, we are going to sort our array. To do that, I'm just going to write array sort. And I'm going to put my array value in there. Now, we sorted our array. Now, what am I going to do that? I'm going to create an integer variable. For what? For our missing number here. Let's just write missing number and equals to assign that to 0. It doesn't really matter. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a for method. Why is that? Because I want to check each value inside of my array. Then I need to look for if my arrays, let's just say this in this position's value +1, or in this position and +0, or basically the himself equals to the next position. So basically, let me just write it down. Actually, I1 I smaller than array length, and of course increase my array. Then if my arrays I-1 position, so basically let's just start with this, let's just say I to this, and I minus 1 will become this if it's equals, or basically if it's smaller than 0, because we need to first check for the negative, because it doesn't word count negative. As you can see here, we are missing a minus 1, but it doesn't count. We only count our positive integer. So first we need to check for that. Then let's just say array I isn't equal or bigger than 0. So if my array I, so this one, isn't 0 or equal bigger than 0, so isn't 0 or a positive integer, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do, why is it writing there? Okay, let me move on my manual. I'm just gonna write what? I plus plus. Okay, I managed to fix this up. For some reason, it just all got mixed up and I couldn't fix this for a while. So I had to close my code and reopen it again. Now, let's continue with our next problem. What are we going to check first? We are going to check now if my E position on this array isn't equal to the E minus 1. So we are checking if it's the same number or not, basically. Let me just write if my array I minus 1 isn't equal to my array. So we are checking if it's the same number or not. Basically we are doing that. So sorry about that. So what are we going to do? We are going to now create another argument and check if my array E position on this plus 1 is equal to my array E position. So we are checking, or basically looking for our missing number, because if it's not equal to my array E position, it's the missing number. So basically array E plus 1 missing number. So let me just write it down, you're going to understand it better. Let's write E minus 1. So if we look at our explanation, our E is 1, so basically we are looking for this, and if I say plus 1 isn't equal to array I, so basically again let me say if our I is 1, my array 0 is 0 here, so plus 1 should be what? Should be 1 value here. But as you can see, we do not have any 1 here, so our missing number will be array I minus 1s and plus 1. So basically 0 plus 1, and our result should be 1. And as you can see, our result is 1. So we are going to do that. So let me write my missing number is going to be what? This again. Then I'm going to return that missing number. And then I'm just going to write my missing number here also. Then we should be okay by now. Let's start trying execute our program. And as you can see, we are getting our 1 value here. That's the missing number. Let me check for this. I think we need to get 8. And as you can see, we are getting our 8 value. And again, let's check for this example. We should be getting 2. And yes, we are getting the value of 2, guys. And with that, we came to the end of our question, guys. Also, we came to the end of our C# series, guys. Thank you for watching me through all of our courses, guys. And I wish you guys a happy coding. Goodbye, guys.